All right, all right, all right. That will be a cut.
No, it won't.
Well, looky in there. Finally. It finally came. Come to find out, it was at the post office since Wednesday. Today's Saturday, so yeah. I know the Postal Service is busy this time of year, but come on, man. This is crazy. Crazy. Well, we finally got our seeds. I'm pretty sure they're in there. A bunch of junk mail. Let you see the name, numbers. I think, nope, that's not it either. Hopefully. Yeah, right there they are. Right there it is. The last of our seeds. So now we can go home and open them up. We're going over the seeds right now. The ones from Seeds and Such. Making sure we got what we ordered, and so far we got everything we ordered. We also got 2 free packs. Lettuce. Believe it or not, we even got some tomatoes. There is a tomato. Looks like a tomato on the package too, but it's just their logo is a tomato. So there's lots of tomatoes on these. Anybody that wants tomatoes. This free one here is a hybrid early doll. And this is lettuce, some kind of head lettuce. So what we got from Seeds and Such, we got zucchinis, straight neck yellow summer squash, spaghetti squash. We got marigolds. We got scallops, which is like a patty pan squash. We don't do many of those. We like the flavor of them. We're going to try to sell some at the auction. We may sell a couple at the farmer's market if we have any left over, but they're our favorite. I like these better than the zucchinis. We got some Nasturtiums, which not many. We don't sell many. We don't grow a whole lot. They're viney and they're a pain in the butt when you're trying to grow them in the greenhouse. These are Cayenne sweet peppers. We're going to try some Cayenne sweets. We're not going to sell any of the plants. We're just going to grow these for ourselves. We just got 1 small pack. Same with pepperoncinis and a big chili. It's a hot pepper. We're just growing these 3 for ourselves. We got enough pepperoncinis. There's 100 seeds in there, so we'll probably sell some of those plants. But the rest of them we're just going to plant in our garden just for experiments. And if they do good next year, we may have some of these, like the sweet cayennes. If we like them, we'll do some more for the 2023 season. But at this point in time, we're not planning on doing any for the 2022 season. And we got pineapple tomatoes from Seeds and Such. Now, not a whole lot of seeds from Seeds and Such. We get some from them. The reason we get from them instead of Johnny's on everything is because Seeds and Such, they have smaller packaging. Like the zucchinis, in order to get from Johnny's on the zucchini squash and a lot of the other squashes, we'd had to get 12 or 1,300 seeds. We only need 800 this year, so that's still a lot, but you can't get that small of an amount from Johnny's, so that's why we get from here. And their prices are a little cheaper than Johnny's too, but Johnny's seed germinations is outstanding. So we went through Seeds and Such. Now we're going to go through Johnny's, and after we go through it, we're going to go over some of our gardening and our garden plan and our seed starting dates. Some of them for now. So let's clean this up. We're going to clean this up, and we're going to go through Johnny's, and we'll come back in a minute. Anyways, we went over Johnny's, and doesn't look like much, but trust me, there's plenty of seeds right here for the nursery, for the auction, for the farmer's market, and for our garden. There's plenty here. We actually have a bunch left over from last year that we got, and we'll probably bring them out here shortly and show you those too. I'm not going to go over these as good as I did Seeds and Such, just because there's so many of them. But I will say that Johnny's, how they package theirs in these packages. Let me get a bigger package so you can see it. How they package them. This is butternut squash, by the way. On the paper that they come with, it says what the germination rate is and when they were tested, and all of their germination rates are better than Seeds and Such. Their price is a little bit more, but their shipping is free, where Seeds and Such isn't. So
their shipping's free if you order enough.
if you order
and we
enough.
definitely
And
ordered enough.
We order plenty. Yeah, we order plenty. So this right here is green beans. That's a pound of beans. That should be. It doesn't say, but even on this it says 86% germination rate. It was tested on 9/21, so they're new seeds. They would be this year's. It's a pound of seeds. These are shell out beans. These are bird egg beans is what these are. We got a half a pound of those. These will probably, the beans themselves, the plants, we won't sell any plants. These will go in our garden. We're gonna use these for dry beans for the winter. We may have some of these beans for sale come fall at the farmer's market. Green beans, if anybody watches in the top 10, this is, I don't know for sure, but I think this was number 1. Green beans sell like hotcakes, so I got enough to put in a crap load. I'm gonna put in like three different times, so I have them all year long to sell at the market and for us. We eat a lot of green beans and we can some and whatnot. So, carrots. We usually don't grow carrots. I'm gonna try it this year. We got some pelletized seed. This is the only pelletized seed we got was carrots, and the reason we got those, the reason I wanted these is because they'll go into cedar better. They're I got 2 different kinds. That in there you can't see through. These you can see how big the seeds are actually compared to a carrot seed. They're so dang little that they don't go through the cedar real well. So that'll be new for us. Hopefully we'll have those at the farmer's market. We have Swiss chard, which that'll be at the farmer's market.
That'll be new for us this year.
It'll be new for us this year. Salad Burnett. That we'll probably sell some of these plants. This is actually a perennial in this area. One of our customers requested this. Actually, while we're going to start some this year. And there was something else. Oh, winter savory. Somebody requested that too. We're going to have some of these plants. We don't have a lot of them seeds, but we got some. But it's a perennial as well. So, and we as always, thousands upon thousands of tomato seeds. Everybody's favorite vegetable in the spring is tomatoes. You can't have enough plants, or tomato plants, or cherry tomatoes. These are cucumbers. We got 3 different kinds. We got pickles, burpless, and just slicers. These are sunflower seeds. These are onions, bunching onions, beets. Yeah, you name it, we pretty much got it. Watermelon. Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to go through this a little bit and put this. We're going to put this away, and we're going to stack it up like we did our seeds and such. Which you can't see yet. Oh, yeah, you can. We're going to stack those up. Then we're going to bring out the other seeds that we have, and we're going to put it all on the table and discuss why we don't have very many flower seeds. All right, so here's the seeds, and we have a pile of them. So, most of these are accounted for. We did get these Hoss seeds. This red corn, it's actually grain. We got sweet corn. These seeds we bought at the Homesteaders of America conference. That's going to be the sweet corn we use. It's I'm gonna get out there or not. Bodacious. I think I got 1,000 of them seeds, and Jimmy Red's, which that's for grain. We're going to grind it up in the cornmeal. These we got at the Homesteaders of America conference. So what we have left over, this is radishes, and there's onions there. So them's all root crops. These are mustard greens and kale. So those are all lettuces. greens of some sort. These are Dusty Millers. So these would be perennial flowers. These would be, a lot of these would be just annual flowers. We don't start a whole lot of them from seed, but we do some. Marigolds and sunflowers really is about it. This is rhubarb. That we started from seed, and this here, the rest of this in this pack would be perennial herbs. This is tomatoes, a few tomatoes that was left over, so to go along with all the other tomatoes. That there says pickling on it, so that there's cucumbers, so that would be squashes and cucumbers in there. Probably watermelons in there as well. We usually categorize things by the same. We put them in these Ziploc baggies so we keep stuff organized once they're opened. Once they're open, they're always put in these. So these we had left over. That stacks. Oh, actually, these was left over too. These are peas. Those are pea seeds, so we should have enough peas for this year too coming. And then beans, like I said earlier. This here is the whole sheet of everything we're going to plant or grow this year. So hanging basket wise, we're going to have petunias in a combo basket. The combo baskets, I'm not sure what all's in those. There's like 5 different plants. They'll be 12-inch hangers is what they'll be in. So we'll have 40 of them. We'll have 40 12-inch hangers and 52 10-inch hangers and 28-inch hangers is what we're going to have hanging basket wise. The reason we buy plants from, say, North Carolina Farms or Banner greenhouses, and both of them are excellent people to work with. Mainly Banner starts their seeds, and when you get them, they're in sale packs, where their plants are in sale packs about that big. I showed them to you a few weeks ago in a video, probably last Saturday or Sunday's video. I showed you what they come in. The reason we start those in there is because, in all honesty, if we were going to start petunias from seed and a lot of other things from seed, we would have to start them probably in the 1st of January. Within the next couple of weeks, we'd have to start a lot of them seeds, and we don't have room, and it's no more than they cost to buy them. We'd have more in that and heat in the greenhouse to grow them ourselves. So that's why we buy them in. Peppers we buy from Banner. They do certified organic. They grow certified organic, so we buy them, and their germination rates are so long that it's not really worth our time for no more than they cost. We may grow some peppers next year, more of them than what we are this year, but we tried it a few years ago, and they're a pain in the butt. They're like a 3-week germination, so you just got to. And if they don't come up when you're ready for them, if say you started your peppers today and you needed to sell them in 5 weeks, which 2 weeks after they come up, you would be about ready to start selling them 5 or 6 weeks. You may not even know that they don't grow because the germination rate on peppers are pretty low. You're talking 70%, 75% germination rate. So if you don't have them when you need them, if you don't order them and you plan on growing them yourself to sell them at the greenhouse or at an auction or wherever you're planning to sell the plants at, you may or may not have anything. You may be SOL and not have pepper plants to sell. So it's not really worth it for the risk it is. So that's why we buy them. And the same with the flowers. A lot of flower seeds are so dang small. It's unreal how little flower seeds are. But anyways, that's why we do what we do. I wanted to explain that a little bit so everybody knew why we did that. And as far as when we're going to start stuff for the nursery that's being sold here at the house and at the farmer's market, plant-wise at the farmer's market, those dates I don't have nailed down yet. This plan here is for our garden. So we're going to start plants on February 5th will be our first planting, and that'll be green onions. I have a garden plan, but I never printed it out. It's on the computer. I never printed it out yet. But so these are the dates of what we're going to plant in the garden. So these are all tomatoes. We don't grow a whole lot of paste or brandywine. These will be cane tomatoes. We're going to grow enough for us. We may sell some of those, but for the most part, those are going to be our tomatoes to make whatever out of. Pickles, or sorry, cucumbers. Those we'll sell. We'll sell most of those. I personally don't like cucumbers. Heather eats them sometimes, but we'll sell most of those. Zucchinis, we'll eat a lot of those. You can figure when you're planting a zucchini plant that you're going to get, if you're watering them properly and your ground's good, you'll probably get 3 plants, so 3 per week per plant. So we should be getting 60 to 90 zucchini to take to the farmer's market every week, hopefully. And our Sweet 100s and Sun Golds, we're starting those on February 19th. It'll be our first start of those for seed. We're going to plant them 20 will be put in our cattle panel greenhouse. Actually, for all you that follow us, they'll be where the lettuces are now and the radishes on that side. That's where they'll be planted at. And I think they get planted the 1st of April, I think. I have to look. I don't know for sure off the top of my head. So I want to have cherry tomatoes. I'd like to have at the farmer's market in the middle of June. I want to be the first one with them, so I can sell as many as possible. Then the other 40 that we're going to start, they'll be across the road, and whenever they start producing the 20 that I have in the cattle panel greenhouse, they'll come out and I'll put something else in their place. So those 20 cherry tomato plants won't stay in all summer long. As far as the auction goes, this is the starting dates for all the auction stuff, and all those are trays. They're not plants. So that'll be 2 of those. There's 32 in a tray, so that'll be 64 plants, and so on and so forth. So the amount of plants that we're going to take, the amount of plants that we know of right now that we're going to take to the auction in the 2022 season is going to be 10,176 plants. If all goes well. Actually, we'll take more than that because we got some perennials out here. We're going to take, like our yuccas. We're going to take corbel and rhubarb. We're taking that. We got a bunch of out here right now. So those aren't even accounted for in this plan. So on these dates here, that's the amount of trays we're going to take to the auction. That's the weekend before the Friday before Mother's Day. That's going to be our biggest. So our perennials, or yuccas rather, we're going to take half of what we got, and the corbels, we're going to take all of them, and the rhubarb, we're going to take half of what we got, plus 76 trays of other stuff, vegetable-wise. Hopefully it works out for us. Who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we're planning on having a good year at the auction. I would like to get away from maybe going to the farmer's market altogether and start doing more auction stuff, just because it's easier. You take it there once and you're done with it. You don't got to worry about it. You don't got to pack it up and bring it home. Doesn't mean I will, but that's what I'd like to get into doing more of, taking to the auction and get away from the farmer's market as much. But we're gonna do the farmer's market all of 2022. We'll see what it brings to know what 2023 brings. But that's the plan at this point in time. Once I get more of the garden plan nailed down, I got it pretty much nailed down. It's still evolving a little bit, but I know what plants we're starting. And for those of you that was wondering what more I was going to do, everything that's not on this list will be direct seeded in the garden. I won't start those from plants. And the spinach, I may or may not start them. I got those in here, 2 different dates for spinach. I may or may not direct seed them. When you direct seed, you don't really know what you got, but when you plant them in the greenhouse and when they come up, you plant them, you know what you have. So it's more of an insurance thing than anything else, is knowing it. But find the time to plant, because then you got to plant it twice. You got to plant it when you put it in the cells, and you got to plant it when you put it in the garden. So that's the thing that's more concerning on a lot of this is time, because with us being so busy, I work a full-time job. She's busy as crap trying to get stuff done around here all the time, because most of this, other than The seed planting I pretty much do, and figuring all this crap out I pretty much do, and planting the garden I pretty much do. But the day-to-day stuff, the harvesting and customers coming buying stuff, that's all on her. She does all that by herself, and trust me, she does a lot. So so I think that's going to wrap this one up for now. Sorry I was long-winded, but there's a lot of information there to explain to people. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you did, please click like. If you subscribe, fine. If not, that's fine, but just click like on it. So as long as I help one person per video, I'm happy. So that's all that really matters. So until we meet again, take care and God bless.